All right, we're here to talk about Joe Pass's solo over the Django Reinhardt tune Nuages. I'm going to do a little analysis and play through it, tell you what I think, tell you what the parts that I think are cool, my favorite parts. This is probably one of the coolest ballad solos of all. The whole thing's cool. That's why I learned it, and I have my transcription available. The tabs will be popping up as we go through it. So, first off, you're going to want to know the chord progression, but we're going to kind of go through it one by one, phrase by phrase. So the first chord we're starting off with is basically an E flat 7. And I'm really only going to talk about chords in the simplest way possible. So first chord is an E flat 7, and he starts off, he plays just a whole note, which is really indicative. And then over a D flat 7, he basically plays a diminished chord. Diminished scale, sorry. So the first line you have starts on this C, and then there's a leap there. Oops. Resolving on the third, landing on the B natural, which is the third of G. And then the next line, and if you take a look at that line, you look at the peak notes you have, which is essentially, so he's outlining all the color tones. He has the 3rd, 5th, major 7th, and the 9th. Again, that's over the G major. Next chord, the E flat. And that's a cool, interesting line too, because he ends up playing a D natural, and then into this line. Played wrong the first time, my bad. I'm gonna make, I'm not perfect. It's been a while since I've looked at the solo, but I've played through it a lot, and again, another really great line, except this time he resolves on the 5th of G major, which is D. So, and again, so now he's doing the same kind of diminished scale thing. And there's your enclosure over the G. And then he outlines major 7, 9 again, and then he outlines a major 7 chord here. So that entire run, really, really amazing stuff. Good stuff. And then the next two chords we have is a 2-5-1 to E minor. And over the 2-5, he does something kind of cool. And that's it. Nothing super fancy. I mean, what could you say about that? The interesting thing is, what's interesting, what comes up over the next line. So the next 2 bars, you have an E minor. What he does over that, I think, is interesting. And he picks up right where he left off. So on the E minor, so he outlines, what's cool, interesting too, is you have a 2-5 here, going to an E minor. And over the E minor, so over the B7, over the B7, he outlines a C major 7, 9. And what's cool about that, I think, is he's playing the D natural. That's what makes it sound hip, because now he has this sound. Kind of getting that sound. So you have in the accompaniment you have a D sharp, but his solo is playing a D natural. And then over the E minor, now he plays the D sharp. So a really cool line. And then he outlines a B major triad. And then leading into the A7. Again, landing on the nines. He tends to land on the nines here. So he lands it in the upper octave and the lower octave. And you have this little... And that felt like an incomplete line in recording, but I mean, and even Joe's mistakes are basically perfect. I don't even know if that's... I don't even think it's a mistake, but... Who am I to say it's a mistake? So then he kind of quotes the melody instead of in the Django Reinhardt tune. He kind of does a little variation. He does something really cool. And then another cool line here. And this dropping of fourths. And then you hear the accompaniment guitar do like another note after that. It almost gets confused with Joe Pass's guitar. So you have... And then next line, now we're resolving back on a D7. He does something very similar to the first measure. But kind of the same set of notes, but in a different rhythm. This time he's anticipating the B natural. Again, very similar now the rest of it. And the interesting part about the rest of that line, so he ends up playing an augmented triad. Well, not complete augmented, but right there's the augmented triad. I would almost just call that a color note in the augmented triad. And then a partial enclosure or leading tone. And then you have, and I think his articulation in the next part is, again, very cool line over the E flat. And then my whole favorite section is coming up right here. And then you have this part. And that's a 2-5-1 to G. And he rounds it off by landing on the 5th. He technically lands on the 9. So over the G7, you have... What's cool is you have the enclosure. So he kind of has all the color tones going on. And what I find interesting is he encloses the G with basically an A flat major arpeggio. And then there's your your flat 9. And then you're still on a C. Which is basically, again, he's doing an E minor 7 arpeggio over a C chord. Now here's where things get spicy for me. Here's where I really love this. And the fact that he just improvises this is just... Then... Woo! Oh, why am I screwing this up? What am I doing? There it is. Oh my gosh, Tyler. Like I said, it's been a little while since I played this. Give me a break. All right. Come on, don't judge me. So over that whole situation, I mean, there's so much going on there. So he basically G major triad, C major triad, D major, D minor triad, E minor triad, and then going into the C minor chord, 9, 7, your major 7, 9, resolving. And then right after that, and then basically my favorite lick in the whole thing is this right here where it resolves back to G major. So tasty. I mean, coming out of all that. And then, to me, the solo peaked right there. Everything else, the last, 1, 2, 3 bars, awesome stuff, but that is the pinnacle of the solo for me. And then he rounds it off. Probably have to get going. Wrap up this video is too long, but and then that's why what's funny when Joe Pass says I don't play things that are hard. He kind of doesn't. He plays things that are just awesome. no other way to put it. Like for instance this line. I mean it lays right under your fingers. And then oh, why am I'm messing up? So, I mean, that whole line, I mean, that's just your hand going like this. He's just laying out this. Right? And then the classic ending. So, a great jazz ballad solo, probably one of the best. There's so many great lines in this thing to learn from and take with you. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my little analysis. I've done this video a couple times, but I wasn't able to put the tabs in, so hopefully you can saw the tabs throughout this and notation. Go learn it, have fun practicing, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.